Good evening, everybody. Crit Cats is back. We're here with what could possibly be the final installment of the Sunless Citadel for our Dungeon Classics series. And last we left our heroes, they had just opened the door to an arboretum, inside which they found three skeletal gardeners milling about. But what they hadn't seen yet is that in one of the corners there was one of our little Twiggy friends. And he immediately, of course, becomes hostile to the party. So without further ado, welcome back to the Sunless Citadel, and everyone roll initiative.
Yay.
Fantastic. Does anybody speak tree?
I mean, I hang out in trees, but I do not speak to them.
I don't know if he'd like you hanging out inside of him.
Well, not with that attitude.
Oh my. I am programmed to perform in many, many different facets of existence.
Apparently, you're set to perform first.
Whoops.
That's unfortunate.
It just means you move over by Bleppy and set that twig on fire.
I sure will try.
I wonder why it's not loading the music.
That I do not know.
I
well,
was
let's try
having
another one.
I was having issues sometimes where it would
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. You might just have to re-upload that one that you were trying to play. Because I had to do that setting up the music for last night.
Oh, shoot, and I closed it. This is what happens when you teach physics and astronomy all week and don't get enough sleep, kids. Alright, in any case, that brings us to the top of the round and our artificer friend Vic.
All right. I am going to move into.
So the door is open, right?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to move into this square. I am going to cast Firebolt at Twig Blight. Does a 20 hit?
It most certainly does.
It is going to do 1 fire damage.
The most dangerous form of fire damage.
Ha ha, take that. Now I
So
am
as
going
you
to
hurl
retreat.
your firebolt at this twig blight, it kind of shakes both of its arms and a bunch of leaves come off, and those kind of intercept most of the incoming fire.
Very clever, tree person. I'm going to run away now, so I will use the rest of my movement to move back next to Erky. That will be the end of my turn.
As Phil Collins would say, hoo hoo Julio.
Get out. Get out.
Julio is not going to enter into the... Did I just lose my token? Oh, there we go. I went into Bleppy. All right. I'm not going to enter the room because that's a terrible idea. I am not healthy. Can I shoot the twig blight from where I'm standing?
I think there's kind of a door in the way. You
Well,
could step
the door
into
is
the room and
open.
step back out. Well,
Okay.
right, but there's also a cat in the way.
That's true. Cats always in the way. It's what they do.
Meow.
I will go ahead and shoot me a twig blight real quick.
That is definitely a hit.
I did not roll the damage. How about that? 9.
Let's see if I can remember to do this right here and not remove our initiative counter from the initiative order.
Yeah. I had to remember to do that so many times.
And then I will look at the skeletons and be like, as you were, gentlemen, go back to gardening, please. And I will walk out of the room.
If only it were that simple.
Unfortunate.
Skeletons really have a 30-foot movement speed?
Yeah, they move like normal people.
Goodness gracious.
They were once normal people.
This
True.
skeleton here on the far side of the room is going to take a shot with a short bow at the direwolf. This is an armor class 13 hit.
Nope, I'm a class 14.
Alright, then it misses. This skeleton
Gets caught
here
up
is
in your
going to
fur.
move up next to the direwolf, next to the door, and take a swing at the direwolf.
Which one? One
Well,
of
that's
them has not
definitely a hit.
moved.
This one here.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing a 22 hits. That'll be 5 piercing.
All right.
This one is going to come up here and try and smack Bleppy. 13 does not hit. And that's it for the baddies. Okay, first Bleppy is going to try and skewer this skeleton. And of course I'm in the wrong pane for this. That hits for 12 piercing, almost reducing the skeleton to nothing. So Bleppy is going to try again, this time with the haft. That's a hit for 10 bludgeoning. What a waste. And then Bleppy is going to move into... Actually? Oh shit. I was supposed to... when the skeleton moved into Bleppy's range, that was supposed to trigger his Polearm Mastery attack. So let's roll for that. Does that hit skeletons? That does not.
No.
So moot point.
It would hit a zombie, but it wouldn't hit a skeleton.
Indeed. Alright, and now it's on to the direwolf.
I will move up. Oh, and
Get
see
that
if
bone.
I can get that bone. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let's try that again. So that is. Oh wait, is it? Oh, okay, that was 10, but we got it done just because of pack tactics. Even worse. All right. So, yep, that's it. Did nothing.
You just bite your front foot. You're like, wait a minute, that's not right.
That's the wrong bone. This one's furry.
Gnawing on your own paw.
Alright. I am going to step back out over here, and I'm going to shoot a firebolt at this skeleton across the room.
Come on, crit. That is a solid hit.
17. 7 fire damage. I am going to use the rest of my movement to cower next to Urky Timbers.
Okie
And then
dokie.
my turn.
Julio.
Well, Julio only fears giant rats and snakes that set him on fire. He doesn't fear skeletons, so he will shoot that skeleton at the far end
That's a hit.
for an amount of damage.
That is enough to take it down.
That's right.
You fire your hand crossbow and it clatters inside the rib cage and knocks all the ribs out, including the spinal column.
I just look behind me and be like, skills, yes. And I'll just keep moving over
Let's do
this
that.
way. Yep. Julio always means to do it if it's successful.
Okay, that brings it around to the skeleton, who's going to take another swing at the dire wolf. That's, I'm sure, a hit. That's another 7 piercing.
All right. Yep, that's a hit.
Bleppy will, of course, retaliate. That's a hit. For 9 piercing. Knocking off one of the skeleton's arms and legs. And now, hopefully, for the coup de grace. Yep. Yep, that'll do it.
Fantastic. Good job, everybody.
Well, now that danger's cleared, we're gonna go sniffing around at this what's it called? This bush thing. This stick man. I'm gonna see if I can kind of pick up a scent from it, if it has anything distinct about its smell.
It does smell very distinct. It's not something that you've ever smelled before, however.
So if I'm to use my senses and move out, can I track the scent to anywhere else in the area?
You definitely detect hints of the scent both to the north and to the south.
Okay. I guess that makes sense because we've already been and killed some there. All right. That doesn't help.
Hey, killer. What you doing, bud? There we go.
I solved it for now.
Cool. I
What
was like,
happened?
hopefully that fixed.
Killer popped in. I'm assuming to
listen.
listen in, as he does that on occasion. He just doesn't know that we're streaming at the time, and it messes up our windows.
Oh,
Yeah.
oops.
Oopsies.
But they are fixed now, I
Alright,
assume.
cool.
So, to review, we have a stinky pile of sticks, a bunch of skeletons, and this room is now devoid of things that will kill us.
Correct.
I would like to
This room is
investigate
cleared.
the room. If I may, I would like to investigate the room.
It looks like the other arboretum. There's freshly tilled earth here.
So nothing too different from what we've seen already.
There are some nodules of glowing fungus dotting the stone walls, as in the other one. The air is humid and it reeks of rot.
May I investigate this glowing growth? As I do not have a sense of smell.
Oh, Metamungus just subscribed. Thanks, Ben.
It ran out yesterday. I figured I'd re-hit it.
Make sure you sub with Prime.
I did.
My brother, Optimus.
I'm gonna make them pay for it.
Optimus Vic.
Optimus Vic. Actually, I'm more closely related to Megatron, but don't tell my parents that I told you that. Anyways.
Anyway.
Anything special about this, growth that seems to glow and supposedly smells?
Just like in the other room, there are toadstool caps and polyps and puffballs and lichen, all of which glow faintly.
This is where they grow their magic mushrooms.
This
Very
and in the
good.
other arboretum.
I will make sure I return to these places in the future, as I have some businesses that I may be able to stock with this very crop.
Now there was up by the other one a hallway that went south, right? Up here.
Yes.
Yes, in the other. We've actually been to two other arboreta, if I remember correctly.
Right, because there's one south of here too.
Yeah, that was the one that we had.
That's
They
the
all
one that
had
had the
the-
goblins in it, and I was like, "Hey, goblins, get out before you all get hurt." And they were like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea."
Yeah,
Yes, that.
they agreed with that one.
Like I'm not here to kill you goblins today. But there was more this direction, and theoretically, we haven't run across the guy who's running this place yet. So he may be this direction. So we will creep along this way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to reveal here. 1 second.
Oh, that's not him at all. That's a giant dragon.
That's
It's
really
actually a
unfortunate.
giant dragon statue, I believe.
Yeah, but we've had 2 of those so far. One has helped us, and one has killed us.
Yes.
So what will the third do?
This one's a
Dragon
lot
carved
larger.
granite blocks line this chamber's walls and ceiling, though many are crumbled and broken, leaving stony debris on the floor. A huge marble statue of a rearing red dragon stands in the curve of the western wall. The eye sockets of the dragon are empty, but a red glow lingers there, providing reddish light throughout the chamber. The radiance casts an inky shadow behind the statue's wide wings. A 5-foot diameter circular tile of dark stone is set in the floor in front of the dragon's statue.
Yeah, that's
Runes
very
are carved
suspicious.
around the circular tile's inner edge.
Well, as a hobbyist arcanist, and as a rogue, I would like to definitely take a look at that there circle.
Okay. As you approach the circle, everybody freeze. Something pops out from behind the statue. Everybody roll initiative.
That's a good number. That will allow me to be away from it before it becomes violent. Maybe it's a friend. We should try talking to it.
Does anybody speak dark?
I do not.
Shit. The ghost of
Wait.
Eternal.
I speak primordial. Maybe as a shadow, it is of the elemental persuasion, and
He is a little soupy. That was a primordial soup joke. I apologize.
little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
No soup for you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I deserve it.
Okay. Again at the top of the round is Vic.
I have to clear my throat in order to sound like this. How ironic. Anyways. I'm going to step here. Do I have line of sight on the shadow from where I am?
Yes.
I'm going to cast Firebolt. Unfortunately, it will not hit, and it fizzles out. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to cower behind the corner.
That's probably wise.
Before the firebolt went flying, just out of curiosity, and I understand that we have moved to combat music, but how threatening was this shadowy looking thing?
It looks pretty scary. It lurched, it jumped, it was behind the statue, and it leapt out from behind it, and it is lurching toward you.
Okay.
Oh, damn Dementor.
Well, I am definitely going to be the good kind of rogue that can use cunning action, because I'm high enough level to do that. So I will arguably disengage so it doesn't get an attack of opportunity as I walk up to it and away from it, because I would like to avoid this disc. I don't want to step on it without having a chance to look at it yet. But then I would like to assault this shadow, because assaulting it is what we are doing now. So I will shoot it with my crossbow, as I'm wont to do. So 14 good enough?
It is.
Good. Take 9 piercing, shadow. I'm going to pin you to the wall.
The crossbow bolt passes through it, not harmlessly, but it doesn't hit square.
So it like rips a little hole through it that kind of wavers
Yes,
for a bit or something.
tears.
I'm like, well, it can be hit. If it can be hit, it can be hurt. Get in there.
It definitely tore a chunk out of it. Let's see.
Well, that's it for me.
Erky is going to advance to this position and cast Sacred Flame, which I believe is a dex save.
Yes.
So that'll be a DC 12 dex save for this shadow, which it passes. Son of a bitch. And he's out of movement, so that brings it around to our direwolf.
All right, plenty of movement left, so I'm going to run up and try take a chunk out of it. Okay, that was a 10 to hit, so
Not quite.
yeah,
You
no dice.
bite it in its shadowy body, but your teeth pass through it.
All right. Well, never mind. I guess it's onto the shadow.
Actually, Bleppy has a higher dexterity. So Bleppy is going to go next. You know what? Instead of that, he's going to move to this position. And then just take the dodge action and try and keep it tied up. At which point, the shadow is going to take a swing and miss Bleppy. And that brings it around to Vic.
Shadows have strength drain.
Right.
Bleppy, do not get hit by that shadow.
I'm trying not to.
Mm. Okay.
Mm.
Am I able to move from this point to this point without stepping on the block that has part of the circle in it?
Yes.
I'm going.
I'm going to do that and throw another firebolt at the shadow. Does 12 hit him?
It does.
Ooh. 8 fire damage. And then I'm going to use the remainder of my movement, well, some of the rest of my movement, to get behind Erky again.
When the firebolt hits, the shadow smothers it. It sizzles away part of the shadow's corporeal form, part of its body, but it also doesn't quite hit square.
Distant. Unfortunate.
Okay, back to Phil Collins.
All right. I go and oh no, I got friends around it. Good. Sneak attack time.
Attack.
All right, go team. I apparently crit with my sneak attack, so
Nope. That's a
I
natural
don't crit?
15.
oh wait, that's not. Oh, sorry, it said 20.
Dirty 20.
Total
Dirty 20. Never mind. I lied. I just saw 20 and got excited. 9.
At this point, you've torn enough chunks out of it that it's basically just like a floating head and hands.
So it's a haunter. Got it. We've
Yeah,
turned
he's
this into
got
a Pokemon.
A horrendous
Let's-
upgrade.
Somebody trade me, please.
And thus ends my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to stay right where I am.
Is going to attempt the coup de grace with another... That spell, that thing. Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, sorry. Yeah, I couldn't remember either. I was
Ah.
trying.
But the shadow is just too dexterous.
R.I.P. in peace.
Hard to hit.
There we
He's
go.
just a head and hands now.
True.
Okay, 23. Nice.
7 damage is more than enough, even at resisted. And as you bite
Okay.
into the shadow, it dissipates.
Does the shadow taste like anything?
Believe it or not, when you bite into it, you kind of lose a little bit of your sense of taste for a moment.
Mm.
So I guess it tastes like COVID.
All
Sheesh.
right. Guess
Your tongue
let's
turns
roll.
weirdly gray for a bit.
Why can't my tongue breathe? Gotta get some
Anyway,
from my
now that
tongue.
I'm not being assaulted by the darkness, which unfortunately I'm not a wizard, so I couldn't cast magic missile at, I would like to investigate. Go back to investigating this circle of runes. Is
Anybody
this like it was
carrying
before? Where it's like, are these runes draconic, and we just can't read them because we don't speak draconic?
Yeah, there are some draconic runes that will light up if viewed under the right light source. Is anybody carrying a light source?
I have that torch that I lit with a fireball.
Yeah, so that's more than
Fireball.
enough. That's black body radiation. So there are runes around the tile's inner edge, but they're in draconic.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, if we remember correctly, Urki speaks draconic.
Wait, does he?
Like somebody here does, and I'm pretty
Yep.
sure it's the NPC because none of us did.
I don't have him listed as speaking draconic, but maybe I just
Somebody does because somebody helped us with the last two statues.
Right. Oh, it must have had to have. Yeah.
So it had to be him.
Because it's not like the bugbears were going to help us.
He does.
And by the time we
Common, draconic, gnomish, and goblin. I'm gonna put that in his character sheet before I forget.
Before I forget.
I'm like, all right. So what fresh hell does this circle do?
That was.
Is this one of the ones that kills us or one of the ones that helps us?
So what happens is some runes light up, and because Urki is the only one who can read them, he reads them aloud. Traced around the inner edge says, "Let the sorceress power illuminate my spirit." And then the glow of the runes begins to shift to Urki, and they kind of glow in resonance. And then all of a sudden, everything that he says sounds very, very reasonable. And in a puff of spectral flame, the glow disappears.
Seems legit. I have no idea what happened, but I'll take it. We didn't die. I'll chalk it up as a win.
Urki gets advantage on charisma checks for 24 hours.
Oh, good job, Urki. Let's see. There's a door over here, right?
There is indeed.
Is it a locked door?
It is not.
Okay.
Bleppy says, "Maybe you should let me go first. You're looking pretty bagged up."
I am. And I will scooch over.
Oh, I need to admit something. I may have forgotten to add spells when I leveled up to level 2.
Oops.
And now I have Cure Wounds.
Oh, well, that's good. We could probably use some of that right about now.
I sincerely apologize. The only downside right now is I only have one more spell slot, and if I cast it, it will take one. I will need to rest before I can cast again.
I mean, we could try and take a short rest.
That's like an hour.
In
How,
any case,
will the boss come down and find out all of his goblins skipped out like an hour ago?
as the dungeon master, I'm not willing to reveal that information.
Right. I'm worried about that information. Is my
Yes,
concern when they're
there's a
like we
fair
should
thing to
rest,
be
and I'm
concerned
like
about.
I don't know if we have an hour, guys.
In any case, upon opening the door, we find leaning and fallen stone bookshelves fill the next chamber. Through a clear path, a clear path connects wooden doors on opposite walls. Torn and burnt pages, bindings, and scrolls form disordered piles in corners.
Ooh, a library of sorts.
It's to read. Very good.
Curious.
How about we
I
look through the books?
begin doing that thing rogues like to do.
Anybody who would like to root through the wreckage is free to roll a perception check.
I perceive.
Julio
Also
rolled
might
high enough.
perceive.
You find a couple of spell scrolls and a tome of dragon lore, bound in dragon scale and written in Draconic, worth 150 gold.
Oh, sweet. I can't read it, but it looks cool. I take the spell scrolls over to my resident fax machine.
Well, I am that
and
very fax machine.
and I'm like, I don't immediately know what these do, but if you could run them through your, I don't know.
Sure. What would you need me to roll to run it through my scanner?
I just gotta check and see if they're on your spell list. And right now it doesn't want to load. Hold on, let me load it from the mirror.
It's at this point where I would start making like dial-up sounds. Because I would assume in like ye old times like we're playing in right now, we probably still only have dial-up. I do not know how to make those noises, so I'm not going to
Oh,
try.
thank goodness.
Aw, you don't have those on like a hotkey somewhere?
So I
For
feel like
shame.
I feel like that's how I get noise complaints. See, there would definitely be some screaming involved in those sounds.
You are not able to identify what spells these are because neither of them are
Okay.
on your spell list.
Okay, fair enough.
As a
How to think.
as an
How to
arcane
think.
hobbyist, in that I'm trained in Arcana, can I look them over to at least figure out what they are, even if we can't use them?
Sure, roll me an Arcana.
I could also do that too.
I got a
Wow.
23.
Yeah, I would say he's probably got it. Actually, I
Okay,
don't mean
that's
to
a
try.
Scorching Ray and a Melf's Acid Arrow.
Okay, so wizard
I think
spells.
if these aren't in your spell list, and you try to cast them anyway, there's the possibility for spell mishap.
That's fair.
But there's also the possibility the spell could just go off as intended.
That
Well,
is my hope.
What was that other thing other than scrolls again?
A magic or a book on draconic lore worth like 100 and some gold.
150.
150 gold. It's in draconic. We can't read it.
Right. I just wanted to make sure I had it.
Erky can read it. We'll let him read it to us later.
Yes.
He says, "Sure, this will make a great bedtime story."
Ooh, I do like bedtime stories, although I do not need to sleep. I believe
Well,
you people use the term snuggly wuggly.
having acquired stuff, there's yet another door?
Correct.
Oh no.
that leads to the down.
Damp and crumbled steps descend sharply here. And they lead underneath this arboretum here. All the
Okay, so it's
way-
like it's an underground tunnel. It's not like a
Yes.
down to another floor. Is that what you're?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm telling you.
Okay.
And that is basically as far as you can see from the top of the stairs.
We take the tunnel.
Okay.
Wait, don't, Bleppy, no. Durgon, no. There's clearly a dragon face there that will spit fire at you.
Fortunately, it is completely ornamental.
Oh, good.
Goodness.
This one is at least.
It's because I disabled it before you got there. I'm that good.
Fantastic.
But watch out for those two.
Maybe we should check the floor before we move forward.
If you want to check for traps, you can definitely move at half pace and then,
Perceive.
yeah. But
What
there
do you
aren't
guys-
any traps, so I'm not going to make anyone roll for anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool. Never mind.
I look like I'm looking very hard. And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
If there were traps, and there are, but I have either disabled them or someone else had disabled them a long time ago, it's safe.
Yeah. Something resembling a barcode scanner is coming out of my eye sockets, and yeah, it's like you're at Walmart, but it's just not scanning anything. Like always. Like, oh my god. Anyways.
Oops, wrong button.
Yeah, every time
Oh,
as
that
we
was
get to like one of
revealing.
these
What happened?
dragon heads, I was like, yep, this was a trap at some point, I'm sure of it, but it's safe now.
Edging to the system.
Okay, everybody freeze, please.
I have frozen.
Everybody clap your hands.
I wasn't supposed to reveal that little shelf there, so nobody saw that.
Nobody saw what? Wink, wink.
Precisely. In any case, the hallway terminates at 2 doors.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll sniff the air as I go close to this door and lean my head up kind of close to see if I can smell or hear anything.
You detect faint hints of goblin and twig blight, but you don't hear anything on the other side of that door.
Oh. I'm just gonna like look around and like kind of confused at it, trying to still get more than that, but getting nothing.
Leppy goes over to the dire wolf and scratches it behind the ears and says, "What is it, boy?"
Arr. Arr.
Maybe he wants us to go in there. We can open the door very quietly. I will be stealthy.
Okay, just for funsies, roll me a stealth. Not that stealthy.
It could have been much louder, I promise.
Thought it wasn't.
In any case, a layer of soil covers the floor. Oh, wait a minute. This door is locked.
Oh. Well, never mind. I have to pick it first.
Indeed.
Let me do that.
What do you click to roll thieves' tools?
It's a D20 roll with your dex modifier and then
There's a way to-
proficiency. Is there a way to do it in this? I'm working on that
There
now.
is a way to do
You
that
can
in...
click on the thieves' tools themselves, and then it will come up for like the skill check, and you can add dexterity and then like your
Proficiency or
Sort
expertise.
of.
proficiency.
Tool, choose option, thieves tools, choose what?
Yeah, choose dex and then proficiency.
I'm very confused. Do the thing. Did it do a thing?
That didn't do a thing.
I didn't. Here, I will roll a dex check, and we will add 2 to it.
You're not proficient?
That's my
Oh, I
proficiency
see.
modifier. So my dex check would be 7, and then I will add 2 to it for a total of 9.
the pick that you're using breaks in the lock.
Yeah, I don't have a good excuse for this one, guys. My pick broke. I mean, these things happen.
Unfortunate.
So now there's half of a pick lodged in the door of this one.
I mean, I can pry that out. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Just take some tweezers and just pull that out. But now, but that door is not. We're not unlocking that one the easy way.
Should I break it open?
I could also try to pick it.
You could try and pick it.
I could.
I mean, I probably loosened it up. So go in there and have at it.
I believe in your process.
I got all the rust and gunk out of it.
Precisely. You loosened the lid, so to speak.
Well, that didn't work either.
Just roll a dex check and add 2.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, my proficiency is +2, so 16 total.
Still not enough to unlock the door.
All right. Unfortunate. Break it. Break it. Break it. Break it.
Okay, here we go.
You bounce off the door. This door's not meant to be opened. Got
Leffy,
it.
gets down on all fours and rams the door head first and just bounces off of it. Ow. I don't think we're getting in this door, guys.
Got it.
Allow me to try one more thing. I'm going to walk up to the door, and I'm going to be like, oh no, it's a shame we won't be able to sell all of these boxes of Girl Scout cookies, as we are just some innocent Girl Scouts trying to sell these cookies. Oh whoa, if nobody ever opens this door, what will we do with all these cookies?
I don't know, but if you got Thin Mints,
out of the door and goes, cookies? No,
if you got Thin Mints, set them aside for me. I'm gonna go check out this door.
So Vic didn't pass as a girl. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, we tried.
I wish to hear on the other side of this one real quick.
You're listening?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm curious if anything is curious about the fact that something just slammed into the other door in this hallway. As nothing opened up that northerly door to shoot at us, I'm kind of curious if anything is in the lower door.
You definitely hear feet shuffling.
All right. I look at Durgon. I'm like, all right. There's clearly some shuffling going on in there. Last time we heard shuffling, it was probably some skeletons, and you like bones, don't you? Or some twigs. So we're either gonna go fetch a bone or fetch a stick. I'm gonna throw this door open. I'm gonna run the other way. We got a plan?
So you're gonna kick the door open and we're gonna rush in.
I am going to open the door and step back, and then you two are gonna rush in. Yes.
Okay.
I hold up my little claw feet. I'm like, these things don't kick doors. So I'm gonna gonna grab the door handle and just like give it a turn and a push. And see what happens. Okay, those are not what I expected, but I will continue the plan as determined. I will step back.
Well, the plan was to run in.
The plan was for Duragon and Bleppy to run in, so go ahead
Yes.
and try and smack that goblin.
All right.
Oof, that is a crit.
Ooh.
And that is way more than the damage necessary to kill this goblin, so why don't you animate or
Just
narrate his
murder
death?
that goblin.
I just charge in, and as soon as I see something, just rifle the throat, and I guess it tore its head off. Yeah.
Poor goblin.
Yeah, just got whipped around like a rag doll. Alright, Bleppy's gonna see if he can do something similar with this one. That's a hit. And basically, Bleppy does exactly the same thing. Okay, at this point, it's time for everyone to roll initiative.
Ooh. Not as high as it's been.
Well, looks like Durgon's gonna get to eat another goblin.
Yep. Can't be helped. I mean, I'm still pretty pissed off about, that one last time when I tried to talk to them, they just shot me. It's like, alright. Playtime's over.
I mean, if we told them to leave, like it's a really long walk back to the exit, you may as well just kill them now, I guess.
These ones do not look like the goblin commoners that you told to flee.
Oh, okay.
These ones are armed.
These are, oh, well, that's different.
Okay, it's now the top of the round in Duragon.
I'm gonna run up and jump over these crates and things and just start trying to go to town. Here we go. 19?
That's a hit. 10 damage is more than enough.
Nice. Well, I can't really do much else. Maybe I'll just circle around this one. And yeah, leave it there. On to Julio.
Julio. Well, considering we have chosen murder, I will walk in and begin murdering. Enjoy 9 piercing damage, goblin.
He does not enjoy that at all.
Fantastic.
And I'm like, well, those weren't skeletons, but that's fine.
Okay.
So
let me
there's
describe the room for you now that everything's dead. Twig roots are piled on the floor of this sagging chamber. The collapsed southern wall opens into a vast cavern. Luminescent fungus on the rough walls and the high roof loom over a twilight grove of sickly briars, bushes, saplings, and other woody plants. Ruined walls and hollow towers protrude from the briars.
I think we're headed the right direction, guys.
Is this stairs or is this roof?
Those were stairs. They don't go anywhere anymore. It is a
Okay,
ruined
this is like
tower.
this was once okay, I see, I gotcha.
Do I smell those bramble stick people?
There is the scent of them here, yes.
Is it like thick?
Kind of.
Okay.
If I was to say,
It's much more dense than it was elsewhere.
if I was to say throw some fire at these piles of sticks, would they possibly ignite?
They could, possibly, yes.
Yeah, I'll just start like growling and take that defensive position you see like dogs do, and then like leaning down on their front paws.
What are your thoughts on me burning this place to the ground, everybody?
Without it,
I'll be
I don't think that's a
No.
good
I mean,
idea.
yeah, don't
I may exaggerate just a little
don't
bit.
don't burn the whole place to the ground. We're in it.
The stone cannot be burned, but the sticks inside, however.
To review, and I understand that maybe you don't have lungs in the traditional sense.
True, very true. I do not need to breathe.
But if you burn too much of this, there'll be a lot of smoke. And I have lungs in the traditional sense.
That is a fair
So
point.
pick and choose your burnings.
I do.
Just maybe not all of them.
I do fail to consider the needs of the biological beings more often than I would like to admit, and I apologize for my oversight.
Needs of the many
So
outweigh
I'm
the
not
needs
gonna.
of the few.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Or the one.
So if I sniff this patch of twigs and what looks like maybe a tree, will I get the scent of those things?
It's not super strong. It's kind of like, like the same scent density as you found like on the ground.
Ah, okay. So I don't believe one's there. I'll just start going from like patch to patch, trying to sniff them out.
At this point, the amount of that scent is just saturating. It's everywhere.
They've been all over this room.
Bleppy says, maybe we should let the zombie go first.
Be a good idea.
I would like to keep an eye on the twig piles because we've determined we don't trust them. Is
Everybody
there a
freeze, please?
okay?
When the zombie gets to this point, a bunch of twig blights animate from the brambles.
Well then,
So it's time now for everyone to roll initiative.
I'm like maybe I can't talk you all into leaving, right?
Well, Julio, it may benefit you to move as soon as you can.
Maybe the twig blights just want to be happy trees.
Julio Ross. All right. I guess Bleppy's going to kick us off here. So he's going to run over here into this corner and try and smother these two twig blights. That's one that gets skewered. The other one, however, survives, unfortunately. And he's just going to... Actually, you know what? He's going to stay right there. Julio Collins.
Julio for the assist. For 7 piercing.
You tear it to pieces.
And then I will end my turn.
Okay, I'll run up to this one over here. Give it a good bite. Okay, 7 piercing. And that's that. So after I've moved there, I'm gonna move over to here now. And end my turn.
I'm going to firebolt this Twig Blight here. Natural 20.
Narrate its
11
death, if
fire
you
damage.
please.
As I raise my arm to shoot at it, I'm like, I say out loud, I apologize if I set fire to all of your family. My friends will not be able to breathe. And then I shoot the fire at its face.
And that
That's it.
incinerates
That's yeah. And hopefully doesn't light up anything else.
It doesn't. It kind of smolders and crumbles to the ground.
Fantastic. That's a good thing.
Looking out for you, Julio, with your lungs and such.
Thank you.
One day you will be one of me. I promise.
Oh, and that will end my turn. I'm sorry.
Urki's going to move to here and use Sacred Flame on this Twig Blight directly behind our zombie companion. The Twig Blight fails, so that's going to be a D8 Radiant. That singes the Twig Blight, burns off part of its head and one of its arms, and a big chunk out of its torso. But it's somehow still standing. The zombie is going to move back and try to finish the job. Headbutting the Twig Blight, but missing. Oh,
It just comes up with a face full of like brambles.
shoot. I think I removed the Twig Blight that was...
Oh, that was on
Oh,
initiative.
the initiative Twig Blight.
Yeah. Where was it?
Seven.
7.
Seven-ish.
That's good, because it's at the end of the initiative order.
Perfect.
I'm going to mark this one, so we know that it's got the initiative.
There we go.
Okay, first things first. I think actually all these Twig Blights are going to try and converge. But they only move 20 feet, so this one is not going to make it. All the rest, however, are going to converge on the zombie.
Oh, poor zombie.
That's a total of 6 claw attacks?
Oof.
No, 5, sorry.
5.
All of which hit.
Come on, Undead Fortitude.
You know how in movies, like, you see zombies just run up and start tearing people apart? We're just seeing some ironic shit happen right now.
Yeah,
We kind of are.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is. This is how the Earth takes the world back when the zombie apocalypse gets rid of humanity. The trees will come back. And take
So
all
believe
of
it or
us.
not, all 5 of these Twig Blights tear into this zombie. They tear off flesh and clothes and ligaments and tendons and little bits of organs. But the zombie is still standing after being swarmed.
Good job.
Good boy.
Good job, zombie.
I'm going to name you Rob.
That brings it back to the top of the round, and Bleppy, who's going to close in. That's a miss. That is not. And so that's going to take this one out. Julio.
This time not getting into the melee mess because I only have the 4 hit points.
Indeed.
So I will shoot the one that is next to Bleppy because I want that sneak attack. So 8 points of the piercing damage.
That is more than enough.
Now look to Durgon and be like, "Go get that stick!"
You hit it so hard that sticks kind of scatter everywhere.
Not those sticks. Get the walking sticks. You know which one I want.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like kind of give Julio that side look and then go and attack this one over here. Pop. So it's 23 to hit.
You scatter some more sticks and kindling onto the ground.
And so after dealing with that one, I'm gonna move up to here. And that'll be the end of my turn. On to Vic.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at this one right here. 12.
Not quite enough.
Alright.
It kind of crouches down, and the firebolt just barely sails over its head, sizzling the air around it.
Bloody piece of shit. Anyways, that's it.
Urki is going to try and work his Sacred Flame magic, but the Twig Blight saves. The zombie is going to try and Walking Dead bite one of these Twig Blights. That, I believe, is a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. And he bludgeons one into the ground. And that brings it back to the Twig Blights. Both of whom are going to continue to attack the zombie. Both hitting. Okay, that would reduce it to 0, so now the zombie has to Undead Fortitude. That's a Constitution saving throw. DC plus 5 plus the damage taken, so that's 10.
You can do it, buddy. Oh no!
Avda, we lost our zombie. That means the other one is next to Duragon, so it's going to take a swing at Duragon. That's a 19.
That's a hit.
For 3 piercing.
Okay.
Alright, let's see if Bleppy can bat clean up here. That's not enough. Whoops. Sorry. There we go. That, however, is. And he pulverizes one of the Twig Blights.
I will assist. But maybe not.
You fire your hand crossbow and it gets stuck in the Twig Blight.
I look at it frustrated. I'm like, well, I guess that tracks. Just shot a stick into a stick.
Oh no, I made it stronger.
So
Yeah,
you just made more tree.
I did.
All right. Yeah,
That's all I got.
Yeah, I'll give that a good bite. So 23 to hit, 11 piercing.
Good Lord. Glad I don't.
Splat.
Glad I'm on your side, dear God.
Yeah, this moon droids, man, moon droids, especially like level 2. It's
Lower levels,
Yeah.
good times.
ultimate tanks.
Yeah, Vic's never
Well,
even close to broken just
Yeah,
yet.
that
I'll get there eventually.
free hit points.
That
really
pile
are
of hit points. Very
Yeah,
nice.
very nice.
It's pretty tasty stuff.
I'll drag this last one and just drop it at Julio's feet, and then just keep going on.
Okay,
Right.
before
Yep.
anybody moves any further,
I pull my crossbow bolt out of its chest.
you can see at this distance the top of what looks like a rotted out tree. Just up ahead.
Ah.
Pray tell, maybe that is the tree we are looking for. Beware, for where there's a tree, I hear there's a druid. But not the cool druid. The evil one. The one we don't
cool
like.
Some kind of smelly druid.
Yes.
I already miss our zombie friend.
Oh, why did that not work?
I mean, we can bring him back tomorrow for you.
Yeah, a man of few words, but it's fine.
Ah, just the
Okay.
people we were looking
Drag this
for.
thing around here to reveal.
Okay. Hmm.
Do I remember correctly? Like this was our main mission, just to find these guys and make sure they're not dead.
I mean, the short answer is yes, but we're still short somebody.
That was the guy that we found in that.
Because there was a
We
brother and
found
a
dead.
sister, a paladin, and the ranger. And the
Well, we found
ranger
the
we
ranger.
found, and he was
Yeah.
dead.
He was
We're
dead,
missing
so-
the sister.
Right.
Because we have Sir Bradford and... Oh, wait, no. Sharwin... Is Sharwin...
Sharwin
The guy or the
Hookrell
girl?
was, I believe, Sir Bradford's sister.
No, Sir Bradford was the paladin. Who drug all the kids down here.
Right.
So we're missing... If Sharwin's the sister, then we're missing the brother still.
Yeah, because Belloc is that extra
'Cause,
guy.
yeah,
But we also
Belloc
don't
is...
know if these are truly these people.
Belloc is the druid.
They could all be doppelgangers, yes.
Yeah,
So
or-
as you pass through
yeah.
this twilight grove made of pale spindly briars that press close together, casting twisted shadows, you eventually find a walled clearing among the briars. The walls here are about 20 feet high, which is less than half the height of the cavern's ceiling. Several varieties of plants grow around the perimeter of the clearing, including a few suspicious-looking saplings, but their importance pales before that which stands in the courtyard's center. And I'm going to turn the music on for our streamers at home, finally, for just a moment here, because there may be a dialogue. Actually, maybe I'll turn it down just a little bit. Where was I? Beneath the fungal light grows an evil tree. Its blackened, twisted limbs reach upward like a skeletal hand clawing its way out of the earth. Before it stand a few twig blights. A heavily armored, young human male with a shield and sword. A blonde young human woman in a robe fit for a noble. And a middle-aged, bearded human male wearing a hooded brown robe and armed with a staff and sickle. The younger humans have black eyes and gray skin with the texture of bark. As you arrive, the man with the beard and the staff and sickle says, "Hold a moment. You know not what you do."
What do you do?
I am the keeper of the tree. I am Belloc, called the Outcast. My circle expelled me, those fools. Why? Because I dared to expand nature's reach in ways they couldn't grasp. I have found what I sought in the Gulfiest tree.
What is that which you were seeking?
He smiles and says, "Why, power, of course. What else?"
Money? Oh, that was a rhetorical question. I'm sorry.
What did you do to them? And I look over at the other two.
They were the first of the tree's supplicants. The Golthius tree has accepted them, and they are mine to control, just like the Twig Blights. You cannot save them.
Fair enough.
Bleppy steps forward and says, "What in the hell is that tree?" To which Belloc replies, "It's beautiful, no? It lives though it looks dead. An age long past, someone staked a vampire on this very spot. The stake took root, and so grew the Golthius tree, reverberating with primal power for those who can tap it."
Where's her brother?
I thought they were brother and sister.
No, you told me that Sir Bradford was the paladin who drugged them down here. There was a brother and a sister and a third guy, and we found the third guy's corpse.
Yeah, I think Sharwin and Bradford are brother and sister. At least that's what I thought.
Yeah, because it was a group of 4, so that makes sense. With Bradford and Sharwin being brother sister.
Yeah, Bradford and Sharwin Hukrell, I think.
Yeah.
So is the paladin not down here? Is that who we're
Bradford
missing?
is the paladin.
Bradford is the paladin. He's just also the brother. He's both.
So it was a group of 3.
It was a group of 4. The ranger's dead.
Yeah.
So who's the 4th?
The ranger.
Belloc.
Belloc was the 4th? I thought he
Belloc
just
was-
lived
okay,
down
I see
here.
what you're saying.
Maybe.
Well,
Like
sounds
Belloc has always
sounds
been down here. He didn't come down here to find the tree.
He may have
He's
left
been down
them
here for years.
Then
You
it
know what, I
sounds like he
forget.
was disguised as It sounds like he disguised himself in order to join this group of people going down, knowing that he was going to be able to trap them once they got down here.
I mean, that's possible. Like, if I don't have to find another sibling, I'm fine. I'm just
No,
very...
There was a fighter named Talgren Hukrell,
Ah,
but he's
Yeah.
not here.
Right.
he isn't here.
Sir Bradford was the paladin, and then the Sharwin and Tagrel were the 2 siblings,
Talgren.
and then we found the ranger's body. That's our party of
That's
4.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You're right.
So when I'm like, where's
But
her
there's no
brother?
Talgren.
That's who I mean.
I don't think there's any mention of him anywhere in this dungeon, come to think of it.
That's weird.
That's
We are
extra
supposed
weird.
to find him.
I
It's
am
weird that they don't
supposed
let
to
us
find him.
You can't come back with the job half done. It's either don't do it or do it.
His mom will be very angry with me if I don't bring him back and or his signet ring.
If it's more hassle than it's worth.
Didn't we already find a signet ring?
No, the only body we found was the ranger, who was just a friend.
Oh, then it may have been in one of the areas we didn't explore.
That's fair.
Yeah, to be fair, we missed a couple of doors.
I mean, Bella can totally look at me and go, I don't know, I fed him to my goblins or something.
Yeah. I'm
Or
also willing to let Bradford be the brother. that
That's-
helps us.
that's up to you. I was told
yeah,
what to
I'm
look
up to you.
for, and I'm here looking for
You
them.
definitely see a Hukrell signet ring on Belloc's left hand.
Okay, so he has acquired it, and the brother is probably no more. Got it.
But we can still finish the job.
Right.
Perfect. Fun to me.
Bleppy asks, "What's with all those stick monsters?" Belloc replies, "The Twig Blights, they grow from the tree, or they grow from the seeds of the tree's fruit.
Hmm.
But the tree only makes fruit once or twice a year.
Belloc says, "That is correct. I give the fruit to the goblins with orders to disperse their seeds on the surface. Deceitful beings that they are, the goblins barter the fruit, but the seeds are dispersed all the same. My plan for colonizing the surface with the children of the Golthius continue.
So what decides, and Vic is going to ask this, but my voice is kind of giving out at the moment. What decides what decides killing versus making young? Because in like the summer it makes them young, as if like a fountain of youth or situation. But then in the winter, if they eat it, it like kills them immediately.
There are two distinct fruits that the tree bears. The one in summer is a powerful healing fruit. The other one is a murderous fruit.
I guess that makes sense.
The one
That's fair.
that grows in the summer is bright red. The one that grows in the winter is a deep white.
Yes. Okay. Do we see any fruits currently growing? Yeah. Well, not necessarily a question for Bellic, but do we notice if there's any like fruits that are growing on the tree at the moment?
You know what? Roll me a D100.
Sure. 31.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right.
So your plan is to make people your plant slaves. Is that where I'm going with this?
My plan is to have the Golthius trees extend across the surface.
Oh, that's inconvenient for most people.
They've had their chance.
Have they?
Yeah, this man's gone mad with power. Let's mad with power protocol him.
Wait. Though your remains would enrich the compost, you'll serve my needs better as supplicants. You shall retain your lives after a fashion. Surrender and submit peacefully, or perish.
I start running at him.
Peacefully.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're not
Before you
we're not
move,
we're not
it's time
surrendering to
roll
this man.
initiative.
I really wanted to drop the what's it called? The wild shape and talk to him in Druidic, and then try convince him not to. But then, well, I don't really want to lose the wolf form if we're gonna fight, because that's
I mean, if you think you can talk him out of his crazy plan, you're welcome to.
I doubt it. I doubt that's the way. I think he needs to die though. I think he needs to die, then maybe the other two won't have to.
I think that whatever he did to them, like they are part of the tree now. But hopefully you're right. Hopefully killing him will help with that.
Right. He did admit that he's the one controlling them. So if he's not there to control them, does the tree have a will as such?
What if it needs a druid and we kill him and you're a druid?
I mean, I guess that'd be something I have to find out. But I don't really want to be the one who controls.
You can have a heart to heart with the tree after we kill him.
Yeah, essentially. I think the plan would be though to kill Bellic and just hope that the other two don't need to be killed after.
That's solid. I can work with that. I would much rather bring back at least the daughter alive.
Duragon,
Right.
what's your dexterity in direwolf form?
It's 15 in direwolf form.
Okay, well you can go first.
Are you 15
Lepius
as
is
well?
also 15.
Alright,
Let me set
well
us
in that
some
case,
combat music.
there we go.
If you
All right,
attack,
well-
please do not stand between our enemies, if you please.
Like, don't
Okay.
stand between them. I have a plan.
And you're biting Bellic, is that right?
That is correct. So,
Uh,
21 to hit.
That definitely hits. And now he's going to make a strength save. and he fails, so he is also knocked prone.
That's great. Alright, so that's 10 piercing, and that will be the end of my turn.
Bleppy's going to try and do the same.
At advantage, mind you. Because good old prone.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I don't know why it won't let me roll with advantage. Oh, because I don't have it selected. Derp. No, that's not it. I'm just going to roll twice. Okay, well, that definitely hits. That's 8 points. Wait, with advantage. That's actually enough to bury Bellic. Well, that was
Right.
quick.
Well,
Unfortunately, the rest of them do not snap out of it.
Not yet.
Oh, shit.
Alec was in the.
Ah!
You might have wanted to X him. It's okay. Just
Where was he?
he was a 7. He was right after me.
Okay, I'm going to mark Sharwin.
Vic.
Yeah.
Does your plan involve using a scroll of Scorching Ray?
No.
Can you please hand me the scroll of Scorching Ray?
Do I have that one?
I mean, I handed you. That's one of the ones we just got
Oh,
that you
gotcha,
just
yeah,
ran
no.
through your
I
scanner
will-
earlier.
I will hand it back.
I'm gonna come right down here, and I see not 1, not 2, but 3 Twig Blights. Correct?
This one's going to have cover.
So its armor class is gonna be 2 higher.
It's not going to have partial cover. It's going to have 3/4.
Okay. Well, in that case, I see 2 Twig Blights. I would like
You can see
to.
this one peeking out.
Yeah, but
It's gonna be hard to
I
hit.
would like to definitely hit the ones I can hit.
I don't think you
I'm
can
gonna-
cast spells from a scroll unless you're a spellcaster.
I'm trained in Arcana. I can maybe cause it to not fail.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, why don't you roll me an Arcana? We'll see what happens.
Okay. Hold on a second. I was dumb and looked up Scorching Ray on D&D Beyond and didn't tab away from Julio when I did that. Oh, come on. Well, while we're waiting for Julio to do its thing, I can just type in here roll 20 plus 5, right?
That would return a value of 25, I think.
No. Roll 1d20 plus 5.
That would do it.
I got a 10.
I'm going to say because it's a second level spell, it's not going to work.
Okay.
So you unfurl the scroll, and you start to chant, and you think maybe it's going to work, and then all of the runes disappear from the scroll, and it crumbles to dust.
And I'm like, crap, spell misfire. They wrote it down wrong. That's what happened. Definitely that. That makes it Vic's turn.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
What's the range
pretty
of Fairy
much,
Fire?
It is 60 feet. And it is going to create a 20-foot diameter square, or 20-foot cube, sorry.
Right.
Um,
So you can get
and I'm
Bradford
going
and
to choose
Sharwin, I
it.
guess.
Yeah, so I'm
You
going
wanna
to
do
get
that?
Bradford and Sharwin, and they're going to be purple because I said so.
Okay, so they got to make, what is it, dex saves?
They need to make
Yes.
a dex save, and they need to get a 14 or higher.
Don't think any of them have bonuses to dex saves, so here we go. That is a fail. Oh, they are both glowing purple.
Both of,
So
both
let's
of
see if
them
I
are
can...
going purple. Every attack roll against them from this point on has advantage. And it can't benefit from being invisible, as they shed light.
Beautifully done.
Outlined in an otherworldly purplish glow.
So,
Going away.
and that's going to be the end of my turn.
Okay. The first unexpected thing that happens is coming out of a puddle of muck is a giant frog.
Oh,
I'm displeased with this turn of events.
hello. have you seen my family? I'm trying to kill them.
I'm about to get eaten.
Are you size small or are you size medium?
I am size small.
Oh
Uh-oh.
boy.
I'm about to be eaten.
That's a problem.
Okay, so
Come
it's going
on,
to try
frog.
and bite.
Miss.
Ooh, but that's a natural one.
Yes.
It tries to whip its tail around you, and you just kind of scratch it with your talon. Like you barely even move, you just whip your talon at it.
Like, back, frog. Julio is not food.
Okay. Sharwin is going to cast Sleep. So Julio falls asleep. Does not affect Duragon or Blippi.
Like, Julio is not food. Julio is tired, and he falls over into the sticks.
Into a nest.
Yeah, he falls over into a nest.
Bradford is going to close in on Bleppy, and you know what? He's going to attack not Bleppy, but Bleppy's spear.
Try to disarm.
That is a big fat crit.
That's real unfortunate.
Yeah, so Bleppy's Yukolwa breaks.
Oh no!
Okay.
Okay. This Twig Blight's going to move here. This Twig Blight's going to move here. This one is going to move to here and use his action to dash and try and stay in cover a little bit. These two Twig Blights are going to attack Bleppy. Missing twice. And that brings it to Erky, who is going to cast Sacred Flame on the nearest Twig Blight, who has to make a dexterity saving throw, who fails. Oops.
That's too much damage.
It does definitely 18 damage. No more, no less.
Unless Erky is a much higher level cleric than I gave him credit for.
Ricky could fuck us up. He's a sleeper agent.
6 is enough that when Erky unleashes his burst of radiant energy, it scorches the Twig Blight, and afterwards all that remains is basically its shadow. Burned into the ground.
I would be horribly impressed, but I am asleep.
And that brings it back to the top of the round and Durgan.
So if Julio is a prone small creature and I'm a large creature, would I be able to kind of share the same space and like protect him from the giant frog?
Yeah, you could stand over him, I guess.
Arguably, yeah.
Nah. Then we'll just imagine that I'm like defending Julio, and I'll
You
attack
can
the
actually
frog.
move on to my token. It's fine. I'm not going anywhere.
Not at the moment.
He's
You
sleeping.
could just nudge him awake.
Would that count
Oh
as an
yeah, he
action?
is just asleep.
It does.
Yeah, to wake me up is an action.
Wake me up.
Look at this, you guys.
Ah, we're guaranteed to win
Lucky
now.
is in the middle of the book.
Well, no, we can't lose. Thank goodness.
Did you guys see something I didn't?
Look at my camera.
Ah, I see. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go for a bite. So 18.
That hits.
So that's 6
Has to
piercing,
make a
and
strength saving throw.
that's the one.
And it fails. The frog gets knocked over.
Alright, very nice. I guess that'll be the end of my turn. Oh, could I use a... No, I couldn't use a bonus action to, I don't know, growl loudly at Julio to try wake him up.
I'll allow it, but it doesn't wake him up.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Okay.
So,
I just trill sleepily. Like grab your back leg and like cuddle it.
I gotta show you guys this. This is ridiculous.
Oh no.
Oh, it's okay. It's fixed.
just completely on the book. Just like this is my space now.
This is my book.
Oh, yeah. That's what needs to happen. Yep.
So you're looking at the camera. Yep.
Yeah.
This is my spot, son.
Yeah. It's not like we need that book for the adventure or anything.
Well, fortunately, all the information is like in character sheets and tokens and stuff, so
That's true.
fortunately sort of a moot point at this point. In any case, Bleppy is going to rally first. As part of his action, he's going to pull a spear off of his back because he's got 3 of them. And the first thing he's going to do is he's going to try and smack this Twig Blight so he's not outflanked. That's a hit. And that is an X Twig Blight. And then...
Ooh.
That's 14 damage. Sir Bradford is somehow still standing.
Well, he is
The
a
really
beefy little
interesting about
paladin.
that strike,
So.
even though he gets cracked upside the head, his helmet falls off, no blood comes out, his stance doesn't change, he does not seem phased at all. Even
Like some
though
sap
the
trickles
bark
down
on the
out of the
side
wound.
Yeah, the bark on the side of his face is totally gone, bone is exposed, there would be blood, like you're saying, but it's
Ugh.
sap.
Yeah, I don't think there's any coming back from this.
Yeah, he's a little. He seems. A little
I would like to continue spending my turn asleep,
Yeah.
as I am not awakened. Like I said, I just kind of reach around and like grab the back leg of Durgan's like wolf form and just kind of like cuddle up against it.
Gnaw on it a
I'm out
little
of
bit gently.
I'm out of spell slots. Okay. Alright, well, I guess the best I can do at the moment is I'm going to throw a firebolt at Sir Bradford. With advantage. 21.
Why with advantage?
Because
Because of the fairy.
Oh,
Fairy
fairy
fire.
fire.
Every attack is with advantage.
21 is
Did you attack?
definitely a hit.
10 fire damage. The best I
Oof.
can do, actually. All right. Oh, fantastic. That's gonna end. It's gonna end my turn.
Okay. I gotta look something up here.
I wonder. I mean, I'm asleep, so I can't really help in this situation. But I wonder if the red fruit could save this girl.
She steps forward a little bit and casts Color Spray.
Oh no!
You know what?
How,
I think you're
how
actually
many of
right.
you? How many of you are blinded?
Well, if it works, it's going to be Bleppy. Yeah, Bleppy is blinded.
These are the spells that are debilitating against low level characters with few hit points. Good news, Bluffy. She has fairy fire on her, so you have disadvantage and advantage to hit her.
Yeah, so now it's just a flat roll.
That's just a flat roll.
Okay. The giant frog is going to first stand up. So we can remove the prone condition. And then it's going to try to... Your size medium, right? And as a direwolf?
No, they're large.
Large.
Large. So you should actually be taking up 4 squares.
There you
Nice.
go.
Right?
It's a big boy.
In any case, it's going to try and bite you. Why did that not roll? That's an 18.
That's definitely a hit. Okay, 7.
7 piercing damage, and you are grappled. And you're restrained.
Huh.
So
Okay.
even though
Yeah.
you're so much larger than it, it like wraps up your front paws against your body with its tongue.
I
And then this
see.
Twig Blight is going to close in on Bleppy. If you're blinded, do creatures have advantage on attacks against you?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe
That's
so.
what I thought. The 22 hits. Bleppy gets hit for 5 piercing. And that brings it around to Urki, who's going to close in just a little bit and try and burn this Twig Blight, the last one, down into a shadow. Oops, 18 passes.
The
So
nimble little twig blight.
Yeah, it kind of closes its eyes and ducks behind some of the branches that are sticking out here. Okay, Lucky, so first you jump in the book and now you want to take a bath. And anyway, that's brings it to Duragon.
And so, is the only thing I can do make a roll to not be restrained?
I think that's right.
Yes,
So you are grappled. You have to make.
you have an escape DC of 11, so a strength athletics or deck acrobatics check of an 11 or better to get out.
Okay, let's see. Well, I guess we'll go for strength then if it's an option.
And you break free.
So does that mean I don't have an action now?
You
That
did
is
have
correct.
to spend your action, yes.
All right. And there's nothing that I can try to use as a bonus action to wake Julio up.
No, but arguably you can use a bonus action as a druid to get some health back. You can like eat up one of your spell slots to get some health back if you need it.
I think I'm good for now. I think I'm okay. So I guess I'll just leave that one there. Bleppy's turn.
Okay, so Bleppy first is going to try and smack the last Twig Blight.
Now he's at disadvantage for the twig blight because it is not fairy fired.
Well, a 9 is enough. He's going to miss anyway. So now he's going to use his Pam attack. Ugh. Can't buy a bucket. He's swinging wild. And that brings it back to our sleeping Julio.
Just kind of nuzzle into some twigs Get ready for the long winter.
Vic.
Firebolt the Twig Blight. Sorry, I have the wrong thing selected. I'm going to Firebolt the Twig Blight. 16.
The hit.
9 fire damage. Alright.
And all that remains now is Burning Embers.
Fantastic. And that's it for me.
Okay, let's see. Sharwin has already used her 2 spell slots.
Thank goodness. It's me too.
So I guess that means she's going to come up and try to smack Bleppy. Even with advantage, she can't buy a bucket. She just can't get through the armor. She doesn't have the training or the skills. The frog is going to try and tie Duragon up again. Missing. Urki is going to try and bathe Sharwin in sacred fire.
Successfully.
For 3 points. As it singes some of the bark from her face and neck.
Okay, this time I'm gonna knock Julio around with my paw a bit to wake him up while still guarding him.
What? What's going on? Oh, are we still fighting? Oh, the frog. Yeah, frog.
And yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, then you're going to have to move out of his square.
Yeah.
Bleppy
I'm
felt the the dagger clank off of his splint mail, so he's going to try and retaliate. A 19 still hits. Oof. And he pierces straight through Sharwin's heart, but she's somehow still standing. Because she
As
doesn't
you
use
know,
it anymore.
she's not alive in the traditional sense.
9, however, is not enough. Julio, refreshed from a nap, now takes action.
I'm gonna roll up, standing, and hopefully the frog is now paying attention to the big wolf. And I'm going to take that opportunity to take my short sword and stab that frog for as much as I can get away with, which
You're
isn't
still
a
a little
lot.
groggy. Doesn't
Apparently.
come out too well.
So I wave my sword at it ineffectually.
Okay, will you be doing anything else on your turn?
No, I had to. I stood up, so I used some of my movement to do that, and
Half.
I need to stay here and help my friend because, he did try to save my life for a while. So I will be remaining here.
I'm going to move here. I'm going to shoot a firebolt at the frog. 21 to hit.
That hits.
2 fire damage. I'm going to then use a little bit more movement to move back into the spot I started in.
Okie dokie.
And that's going to be it.
Then it's Sharwin and the frog. Sharwin is going to try and stab Bleppy again. Missing terribly. Actually, 17 isn't a terrible miss. The giant frog this time is going to try to turn its attention to Julio and miss. Urki is going to try to reduce Sharwin to ashes and embers. Successfully. Because she only has 1 hit point left.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna try bite this frog to death.
Yeah, please keep its attention on you.
13?
That hits. So it has
Alright,
to make
that's
a
14
strength
piercing.
saving throw. Oh, and it
Ah,
passes.
succeeds.
But you
Well,
dealt 14 piercing damage to it?
yeah, 14 piercing.
Oh, okay, it's wrecked.
Awesome. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can use my movement just to go out around, just to make sure there's nothing else going to come from this tree. Then, yeah,
As you
that's-
wander off that way, I'm like, you're a druid. Go talk to the tree.
Are we allowed to move freely at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Importantly, I need to acquire 2 signet rings.
Yeah, there's one on Bellic's hand and one on Sharwin's hand.
Yep. Those are coming with us.
Fantastic. Do we also want to take possibly anything that was on them that we may return to their mother?
Those are the
Rings will do.
She wanted the rings back.
Just the rings? Do we? Okay. Fair
I mean, we can bring back the bodies, but I don't know if
I mean, I don't know if we had to do that. I was just
No.
more so thinking
They're
like
kind
first
of
I don't
in
know.
closed
Maybe Bradford's
casket
armor
funeral
and-
condition right now.
Right.
Right.
Like
I
I don't
was
want her. I
thinking
don't want her
more like-
mom to see her like this.
Well, I was thinking more like their armor or whatever they were wearing or whatever they had on them, bring back to their mom so she has, that stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, I wasn't actually thinking about carrying the bodies back because they're nasty and I don't want to touch them despite being a robot who won't worry about germs. But, yeah. Just was thinking maybe like, maybe she loves her kids and wants more than just the rings back. But she can come get them herself now that the place is clear. It's fine.
At this point, I'll drop my wild shape form and go back to normal Durgon. I'll heal Julio and then myself. So that's
Thank you.
very, very welcome. Let's see, we got one. So that one could be for you, and this one could be for me. 9 and 9. All right.
I'm at full health again. Yay!
There we go. And let's see. This man, he was everything that we believe in as druids. He is gone against. In this tree, it cannot stand. It must be burned. Such things should not exist in this world. Vic, before we leave.
To be clear, it does at least once a year create a fruit that saves people's lives.
And the seeds of those fruit become these things that take lives. There is a balance in nature. Even this thing that disgusts me.
I feel like the fruit just needs a little warning label. It's like, please burn seeds after eating.
There will be others like him.
Sorry about Moz.
He is an outcast, and there are other outcasts.
That's fair.
In my 2 years of existence, this is a moral conundrum I have yet to come across.
It is unfortunate that such good can be done with it, but it is sadly not worth the price. So Vic, just before we leave this place, would you do the honors of burning it? If you will not, I'll be happy to.
Well, you are a druid, and you know how to speak to the tree, so I will trust your judgment.
Not really good at speaking to trees, but I appreciate your confidence in me. Now,
Well, I mean, don't hate your own argument here. I'm trusting you because I think you picked on the tree. Don't tell me you don't understand, because then I'm more likely to take Julio's side on this one. I'm already conflicted. I don't have morals. I'm a robot. As lawful neutral as it gets, bud.
I mean, look, if you think burning the tree is the right thing to do, then we should probably get that done.
it needs to be done.
Yeah,
Well-
this tree has caused a lot of suffering.
In that case, I'm gonna throw a firebolt at it.
You throw one firebolt at it, it does not go alight, and it seems to shrink away from the firebolt.
Interesting.
You definitely burn some limbs off of it, however.
Gotcha.
So
Well-
it's going
Alright.
to take more than one, long story short.
Okay.
Duragon,
So-
as the firebolt hits it, you can feel that the tree is in pain,
Oh.
Hmm.
and it kind of reaches out to you. Not
you can-
physically.
Spiritually.
You
Spiritually.
can feel that it's reaching out to you.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go up and try take a look at the Corvette. Vic, wait.
Sure.
You know, it is trying to speak to me, not in the way that we speak, something else. Is there...
But yeah, keep doing it.
If I go up to it and I try to, I guess, look for something significant in the bark or of its trunk, is there anything I can find there?
There's like a small knot that goes right to the heartwood.
I see. Bleppy, can you come here?
What do you want me to do?
There is this point here that goes directly to the heart. I can feel this tree suffering, and I would not prolong it.
I
Burning
don't
it,
think
it's not the way.
going to do anything to that.
I want you to use my scimitar.
I don't think a scimitar's going to do anything to that either at the tree.
Maybe you should see what it wants, Mr. Druid. Touch the heartwood. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I will give it a try. Fine, I will touch the tree.
Alright, as you reach into the knot and you touch the heartwood, the tree speaks to you in your mind. It says to you, "Hello, child."
Oh, hello, tree.
I have lived for many centuries. You are all but children to me.
We were all seeds once.
Indeed. And now we have grown. And now I pass my seeds on to the rest of the world.
And they have somewhat become twisted and wreak havoc on the surface.
They have. But I did not ask for this. I did not ask to be born this way. I only exist because a great evil was once slain here. Do I not have the same right to live as all of you?
We also do have evil things that come from us in times. And we cannot say what our children will do, and neither can we always control it. But we sometimes also do bear the responsibility of that.
I have no control over them.
I know you don't,
Perhaps.
just as we.
Now that Bellic is gone, maybe they can act on their own.
Do you believe that? As you said, you are an old thing. Was it that way before he came?
It was. Before he came, my children lived here in the grove with me.
You see. Well, in that case, if they will stay here and tend this place, then I do not see reason to do further harm to you. But I will linger in this town, and if
Oregon,
more
roll me a
than...
straight int, please.
Okay.
Never mind.
Sounds great.
I will stay here and linger in this town, and if I see an inkling of your kin going up to the surface, I will be back here to burn you.
In that case, the tree is just going to tell you. Many of my saplings live in the village. I believe you call it Oakhurst.
You're correct. Are you saying I should seek them out before they do their damage?
They will do as they choose. I have no control over them. The only way to be sure that in the future they do not harm the residents of Oakhurst is to destroy not only them but me. Do as you
Very
must,
well.
child.
Is there a preference for how you die?
It says anything but fire.
Anything but fire. I thought as much. Well, we may need to go get some tools to do this right. We do not want to prolong your suffering, no matter how much you have caused the rest of the world. You do not choose what you are, but I will try to choose to not let you suffer too much.
The paladin had a magic sword. It can cut through a lot of things. Anything that doesn't have blood.
Does he have it on him? I go over to his body. I'm like,
Yeah, he was holding it.
oh,
Yeah,
I'm like,
just-
I hold it up. I'm like, this thing?
That thing, Julio, please, bring it to me. There is a use.
Scuttle
have
over
it.
with it. I'm like, here you go.
Well, it is a pity to have lived as you have, watching what you are and what comes from you, and having no option about it. But so is all of our curses. Never mind. Die well, tree. And good luck to you in the next life. And then I will cut it. Just
You try,
I know
but
where
you
the
lack
ho-
the
where-
necessary skills and training to wield the sword properly.
hacking away this thing like, sorry.
You don't have proficiency. You're just beating the tree to death with it.
Yeah. You're like hitting it sideways with the flat side of the blade.
You know, Bleppy, I don't really know how to use swords. Maybe this is a task for you. I don't think slapping this tree is going to help.
Wait, what kind of sword is this? Out of
Long
curiosity. Oh, okay.
I mean, I know how to use, what's it called? Scimitars,
Scimitar.
but I just lose all of my knowledge when it comes to swords as soon as I pick this thing up. I was like, huh? What
It
in?
is a very
Trying to hit it with the
different
hilt.
It's like
Too-
comparing a
too
long
long.
sword and a great sword.
Too long for me. I only use short swords.
Leppy says, I'll have a look. And he straps his Yukolwa to his back, takes the sword in one hand, turns it over, and with one step and one clean strike, cuts the tree. And for a second, it doesn't look like anything's happened. And then the tree begins to lurch and lean, and then all at once, it seems like all of the branches and leaves are moving in one direction as the trunk moves in the other, and it falls over.
Start running. Because I don't know which way it's gonna fall, but I don't want to be under it.
Leppy just kind of stands there as the tree falls back against the cavern wall. Sheathes the
good.
sword like a samurai in a movie.
All right,
Oh,
team.
Bleppy, thank you.
Let's go tell the town that their goblin fruit merchant days are over, and tell a mom that her kids are dead.
Do we need to do anything about the goblins upstairs at this point, however?
No. They and the kobolds can fight over this
They can do their own thing.
Yeah.
tower
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
to the end of
Well, we-
days.
We need to make sure that they don't mess with us on the way out.
They will.
Well, I mean,
I don't think
the one goblin lady said that they weren't gonna. So let's make sure she's not lying, but she shouldn't be lying.
If possible, we should avoid her. If not, then yes, we'll deal with the situation as it comes.
so.
Well, we can't avoid them per se. Like the way out is through their like main.
Right,
House.
It is.
What's this way? Is there anything this way, or is it just like a dead end?
It is in fact a dead end.
I'm guessing it's Bellic's like lair.
Well, you know what?
It's not
Now
even
that we've
interesting.
Do
now
what?
that we've accomplished what we're after, maybe we can take a rest, just a little one, to recuperate.
Yeah, let's take a breather here.
Actually, it won't be necessary.
Right.
Let's take the short route, shall we? We loot the bodies. We find some loot, potions of healing, antitoxin, a wand of entangle, the signet rings, of course. Bleppy is going to claim the sword Shatter Spike because he's the only one that uses it. And when we make our way back through the goblin lair, Urki, because he has advantage on all charisma checks, convinces, I believe her name was Grenell,
Yes.
Yes.
that we need to go back to Oakhurst for supplies. And so we leave.
Right.
Eventually.
And we can easily avoid the kobolds because there's a way around them to the
We don't have
exit.
to interface with the kobolds at all.
And we'll just be like, look, the goblins and the kobolds can fight it out. There's not a dragon there anymore for anyone to worry about. There's now not an evil druid selling evil seed tree fruit.
But there are saplings still around this town.
There are.
Yes.
So,
We can tell the town that, and they
Right.
can.
we
They
return
can
to town, and
solve
we
for that.
give the signet rings back to Matriarch Ukrell, who gives us our promised monetary reward. And then...
And my
when
trade
we-
routes.
I do.
Yes.
I do let her know that while I did return the signet ring for her son, we did not actually find his body. So, not to give her hope, but there is a chance he may wander home someday.
Well, let's hope. In any case, you also inform the villagers about the fruit's seeds. And without any hesitation or delay, they make short work of cutting down and burning all the growing saplings. As the villagers set the saplings alight, the mayor turns to you with a frank expression. You realize that your actions have set loose several of these abominations upon the world. Who knows what these twisted plants are doing now?
Our actions.
Well, no, they're at. When he says ours, he means the town collectively.
Yeah.
And yes, that's true. But you didn't know, and don't beat yourselves up too much about it. I'm sure that nature will solve for itself.
Well, if you've taken the tree down, then there will be no more seeds, no more saplings, and no more of these twig blights.
Right.
I hope
Then I
these
guess that's
blights
the
do
best
not.
we can hope for.
Yes. I don't know what happens if there is such a maturity for these twig blights. I have not observed such in my travels, but I'll keep an eye out for them.
Only time will
Just in
tell.
case.
This was a very good learning experience. Thank you for showing me what it means to truly make one of the most hardest decisions a biological being could possibly have to make. But the needs of the many truly do outweigh the needs of the few, or the one.
And you know, Vic, in the end, the tree did actually ask me to, finish things, if you understand me.
I will trust that judgment.
Yes, some trees do talk to people, just saying, but not usually.
Fantastic. Noted. Added to the databank.
This is in theory where everyone would advance to level 3. But this concludes the Sunless Citadel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binaries and gender fluids. Thank you for watching. So this is the first successful entry of our Dungeon Classic series. We'll pick up next week with our next episode of White Plume Mountain, where we will definitely conclude the third wing of the dungeon. We are Crit Cats. We'll see you soon. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you can check out some of the previous episodes of our games on our YouTube channel. And if you check in... Actually, I don't know if there's anybody really watching, but if you check our Twitch chat,
I am watching. That's about it.
you can get an invite to our Discord server and come hang out and play some games with us. Anyway, Crit Cats out. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Bye.